Hi there, Tiz. How's it going? How are you? How am I? I'm doing well. I got my job back. So, lots of things happening this week. I got my job back. I hit 100 followers on Twitch. I'm still at like 19 on Twitter, but I don't really care about Twitter. Twitter's just where I post whether or not I'm streaming today or not. I probably sound tired because I am a little bit. I don't know, I got a headache about an hour ago, and no matter what I did, I took Motrin, I drank liquids, I've even got some lovely liquid here. It looks like wine, but it is in fact not. It is actually like cherry pomegranate Kool-Aid, I guess, or well, Crystal Light. And it is very good. And I'm trying to hydrate, so you know, it is what it is. Hi, hobbits. I should have remembered to get a straw. Oh, focusing. Hi. I still haven't gotten my tax refund. I still haven't gotten my refund for my lights that didn't ever show up. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I also have to pay $400, which is paying back my benefits from being basically the company that I work for paid for my benefits while I was on furlough, and now I have to pay them back because I owe them that amount. So I'm probably not going to get a first paycheck. Not that I was going to get much anyways, because I'm part-time instead of full-time like I used to be. But at least I'm getting paid. So, gift horse mouth, because they paid for it, and usually I pay for it out of my working wage. And, I mean, they could have just not had me on benefits. So, I'd rather have benefits and pay them back for it rather than not have benefits at all. Because, you know, therapy and other things. Having benefits is good. Hey, y'all, America is... yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I miss being in Germany a little bit. Mainly because of the healthcare system. When I was there, I got strep. And I don't think I had to pay anything. There was no copay, there was not really much of anything that I had to pay. Maybe I had to pay a little bit for the medicine, but that was it. But, yeah. So, I don't know if it's just been... yeah, I know they sound like fantasy worlds. It sounds too good to be true. But it's not, somehow. I don't know. This week's just been weird. Ooh, I'm in space. The week's been weird because, like, I am dealing with the fact that I am part-time under 30, so I'm only working 16 hours a week instead of 40 hours, which I was used to. I'm partially grateful because I think it would be a bit of a shock to go from 0 to 40. So the way that I'm spacing it out is I'm voluntarily only working 4 days a week. Or sorry, 4 days a week, 4 hours a day. So it spreads the 16 hours out over a longer amount of time. Because with my concentration, it's just whatever. So I'm doing that. And I don't know. Twitch is my job. I still have not gotten a single paycheck from Twitch themselves. So until I get a way larger amount of subscriber, I'm not quitting day jobs. But actually, full disclosure of that, let's see, I'm up to $71, and Twitch does not pay you until you bring in like $100, and that's the same for any payouts. So yeah, I would need a huge amount of subscribers to get even close to what my actual job pays. Because I make $20 an hour. I would have to have thousands and thousands of subscribers to get close to what I would make with my normal job. Not that being
welding. Welding. I like welding.
Not that being a Twitch streamer is a bad thing. It just would take a lot more work than what I'm putting in, and a lot more energy, and I would need to be streaming every day for multiple hours. So I'd probably have to pull a stunt like the dude who streamed for an entire month straight without stopping. So, which I can't do that. Like mentally, emotionally.
Ali, you are an amazing streamer, and I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shitbot, and thank you, Hobbits. That's adorable. Self-gratuitous, of course, because I'm the one who put that there, but it's still nice to hear. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just weird, and I don't always know how to accept appreciation. Because I always...
Waiting makes idle cycles stack.
Waiting.
They feel like ants.
Am I late?
I have ants in my full metal pants.
Okay. I guess I'm late for my own stream. So, let's go ahead and get into it. So, what is going to happen today is we are going to play Doki Doki Literature Club. But before that, basically talking about the whole appreciation thing, is I don't know how to deal with appreciation very well. Because my brain always assumes that I manipulated people into doing nice things for me. And that's not true. My brain still thinks that, though. But, so something happened on one of my, one of my servers that I play on. Give me 1 second to bring it up. So I am playing on a Minecraft streamer, or Minecraft stream, Realms, that's what it is. And what happened is they left me a present. And I don't generally stream Minecraft, but I do play Minecraft on the side because I enjoy it. Let's see, making sure that's working. Okay. But they left me something in my base. So I built a Minecraft castle because I've been really getting into a lot of different things. I've been getting into Hermitcraft, I've been getting into Third Life, so I really enjoy watching those videos, and I decided that I was going to base my castle off of the B00 and Zombie Cleo's castle. Thanks for showing up, Hobbits, I appreciate it. And so what happened was I logged in yesterday, and if it pulls up, they'd left me a present, and it kind of made me cry because it was really sweet and I didn't expect it at all. Hey Lolotov, how are you? Hi Dan. Hi Daniel. I can't do the South African accent, I'm sorry. And also, Minecraft is having some issues pulling up, apparently. Huh. I'm gonna see if I can get it to pull up now. But, so it was 3 of them. And so this is not my build at all. This is Nolan's build, but hold on. So this is the world that they are in. And this is my castle over here. And I built that, but I built this really awesome castle, and I also built a moat, and it's really cool, and I love it. And let's see, I built a Bouncing Betty farm, which is super cool, and I'll show that real fast. So the way that this works is you feed them, and there is 20 cows standing on the same spot, and it uses entity cramming. So once it gets over like 20 entities or something like that, it kills them. There's milk buckets in here. Why is there milk buckets in here? And so you end up having raw beef. And it kills it for you, which is really awesome and neat and sweet. But, and then I also built these 2 farms, which they are currently broken for some reason again. Not sure why, but, you know, you can't have everything. There's supposed to be a farmer, in there harvesting and giving food to the sky, and same on top, that's the potato farm up there. But anyways, I came in to the finish off my moat, and what I found was that. So, my base is filled to the brim with cake. And apparently redstone torches for some reason. I'm not sure. That makes me nervous. That makes me nervous. Did they trap my base? But yeah, that is a lot of cake. And when you think about the fact that cake takes a lot of resources, and then you realize that they filled the top floor too. And even this one as well. And then there's cake up here. There's just cake everywhere. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this cake. It's just so much cake. But so a single cake takes 3 milk buckets. Oh shit! No! Fucking creepers! It was obstructed by freaking cake! Where did... It died right there, right? Oh god. Oh no! Ugh. Well, okay. I need to craft a couple of chests real fast, because I need to pick all this shit up. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, that's what I want. I need all the chests. But basically, I gotta pick all this stuff up before it despawns. And apparently, it destroyed my dog's... Come on. Come on, dog. It destroyed my dog's... Or, because I was attacked, it made... Sorry, I'm gonna just shut up for a second because I gotta pick all this shit up. Maybe this was a bad idea. He is a good boy. He is a good Doki. Why do I have a spider's eye? Is that it? That was it. Okay, good. Okay, got my feet. I've got dirt. Patch up the floor. I fucking hate creepers. That's not what I expected to be having to do. At all. Luckily, it's pretty straightforward to be able to fix it. I'll have to fill that up with stuff later, at a later time, because I did not come on here to stream Minecraft. I came on here to just show you guys my stuff. Anyways. Come on. Come on, Poochie. I need to get you back in your hole. But basically I had a doghouse over here for him, and if I'm attacked, they will leap to the help or the aid of me. So basically if something attacked me, they'd go get fucked up by my dog. But essentially, yeah, that's my house, and this is going to be a giant moat, and it's going to be filled with magma blocks and a shit ton of mobs. Because if you look down there, there's a ton of mobs. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get my character to a safe place and log out. Hi, Paul. Yeah, I'm really glad that my dog didn't get killed. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. What we're here for is Doki Doki Literature Club. So let's go ahead and get that pulled up. So many cakes. Okay, so Paul, the cakes being next to my bed killed me, or prevented me from respawning where I was supposed to. So a creeper came up next to my castle and blew me up. But I do appreciate the cakes, so thank you, Paul. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Leanne. Well, Leanne wasn't in on it. Well, thanks, Leanne, for saying happy birthday anyways. I think it was Paul, Michelle, and Sam. So thank you, everyone who was involved in that. I really appreciated it, and it was really sweet, and it made me ugly cry yesterday, so I don't deserve this love. Anyways, this is, Doki Doki Literature Club, and it says it is not suitable for children or for people who are easily disturbed. I have no idea how something that looks as cute as this could require that kind of title. So we're going to figure it out together. Alright, new game. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. Hey, Kazukiya! But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha! 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 I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say it like you were thinking of ignoring me. That's mean, Alabaster. I probably should have put it as Allie. Whoops. Dankeschön! Wie geht es dir? Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. I get to be a girlfriend to you? Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become interestingly speckled with others. Interestingly speckled. That's an interesting word choice. Speckled with other students, making their daily commute. By the way, Alabaster, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any club. That's right, I'm a loner. I haven't been looking either. Eh? That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Hope you feel better soon, Dan. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content getting by on just the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Wow, this really is about me. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs, if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Sleep well, Paul. Have a good night. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Before I pack up my things, I stare blankly at a wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Story of my life. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice, but to start with the anime club. Logical. Hello? Sayori? She must have come into the class while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Ah! Mimi! Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she ever had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That being said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Protag, what the F are you talking about? I love literature. Leave me alone. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Hey, I would sell my soul for much less. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone! The new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It is a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You bought a boy? Wait, I'm a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Alabaster! What a nice surprise! Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Yes, they are. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Alabaster. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably one of the most popular girls in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels so, my Twitter link, oops. Okay, sorry, my bad. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Alabaster. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, so I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling a little awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. That sounds so cute. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and already has managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought technically you did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yeah, it does. Don't let you get yourself intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I got bullied into it. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Fun and exciting, huh? Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Don't I know it? But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Couldn't you have had that before the 4? Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Alabaster, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wanted to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Hey, manga is reading! Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling such a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked up, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. She and I would have been good friends, because as a kid, you could not get me out of my books. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Why do I feel like this is foreshadowing? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I've read a horror book, once. I desperately grasp at something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last class meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems... Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very competent writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the blonde. I'm blonde! Strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Alabaster? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I'd join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Alabaster. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend time every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up! Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Whoosh. It's like over her nose. It's like a hair mustache. Aw, thanks, I guess. Hello? Everything good? My bad. Sorry. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Alabaster, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hehe. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star, Monika, with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welding up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Alabaster, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. What is going on? Did I lose you guys for again? Oh no. Huh. Okay. That's weird. gonna give it a second. I'm gonna take a brief minute to get something to, you know, drink. Just a reminder, this is Crystal Light. Everything good? Looks like it. Everything seems to be good. Okay, I'm continuing. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Right, because I'm a horny teenage boy. Figures. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and... Okay, I'm sorry. The cat tree is right in front of me. And I just watched my cat fall awkwardly off the tree. She just went... Alright. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem most. Who do you like best? I like Yuri, I think. I already forgot which one's which. This is Sayori, this is Natsuki? This is... I guess we can't write for Monika. Skirt. Okay, skirt. What else? I think I will choose Rose. Doki Doki. What the hell does Doki Doki even mean? I don't understand what Doki Doki means. Pain. Scars. Marriage. Summer. Inferno. Holiday. Uncontrollable. Covet. Wrath. Destiny. Melancholy. Bouncy boobs. Unrequited. Frightening. Clouds. Starscape. Horror. Secretive? I don't know. I was just... I went with my gut. Didn't think about it too hard. Head empty. Hi again, Alabaster. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Alabaster. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to come here to just hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature! You damn right! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Alabaster always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Alabaster can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori! Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy, no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slump down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to find out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's really rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right! Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is, then. I'm hungry. Same! Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayuri is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all. Sayuri can put her mind to things and make them come up to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Whoa! I open my eyes to find Sayuri's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. Glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayuri. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Eh? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. Can't even do that. Look, Sayuri, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayuri glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayuri's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But no one would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie! And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayuri, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me for it later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Oh my. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. I don't like this angle at all. This angle makes me uncomfortable. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again! Game, why are you making me read this? Don't say that out loud! Anyway. You look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sayuri's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy! It's not worth it at all. Sayuri hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew! That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would, anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. I'm getting big Enu vibes right now. Oh, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Eh? Monika suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Alabaster, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, I can't wait to read mine too. I have no idea how it's gonna come out. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loosely torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I don't know. Who should I show it to first? I wonder. Yuri. Thanks for the love, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Thanks for the cheer. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sleep well. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not... I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess it might be that after reading through it. Oh, so it's not bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Thank you! Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we really hadn't gotten anywhere. It might just take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I didn't really notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. And I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is the style and expressiveness are weakened. When Siri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into even writing a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the clubs gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be with this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That wasn't too bad. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Bitch, that is the best handwriting I've ever seen. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I guess. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Alabaster. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. It's also 8:07, so I'm going to save, and I am going to go ahead and take a break. And let's go ahead and check it out. I think I'm gonna put the music back down a bit because it's been getting a bit annoying. Alright. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes you happy that, or it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember it won't be long before you pick up on those things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. Also, Tiz, when it is time for us to end stream, could you redeem one of the shipbot sound triggers that'll provide me something to, like, realize that it's time to stop. Thank you. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's save Monica for last. Let's do Natsuki. ... Huh? Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's rude. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So, basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, oils can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, to for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. Also, fuck, that hurt. That hit me hard. Like, crap. Okay, But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, huh? No, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Sayuri. Oh my goodness! This is so good, Alabaster! Eh? I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayuri, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Haha. Jeez. Your opinion was way more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's an Alabaster poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayuri hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayuri. I'm just happy that you wrote one. Reminds me how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the classroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Alabaster. Deep down, you're really not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayuri. not sure Sayori sees the real full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. At least she's honest. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. What is... okay. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't just answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late for school? It's bad to skip breakfast. You get all cranky. I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who else should I show my poem to? Who else? Okay, fine. Hi, Alabaster. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Alabaster. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are really different. Well, that might be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. You shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you trying new things. That's probably the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Teehee. Hee hee. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I'm sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. That kind of style has gotten very popular nowadays. Like, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess I could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other? Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Alabaster did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, and unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Alabaster liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Alabaster appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew to a size bigger as soon as Alabaster started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Alabaster? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making all your poems convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Alabaster. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only necessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Alabaster? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... Help! Natsuki! Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri! But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Alabaster. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair to others for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never! It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki! Yuri! You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful and bodacious. She didn't say that. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Oh, the trials of being a horny teenage boy. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. Thanks for the subscription, Nolan. Thank you. Appreciate it. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I would say it was worth it. It was alright. Mostly. Alabaster, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do at least a better job of impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Alabaster! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hee hee. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's just really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Alabaster, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone likes you too. That's... Tee. Every day is going to be so much fun. Seems Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Hormones! We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Drink break. Go to horny jail. Yikes. Ugh, that was a lot of powder in the bottom of the glass. God. A lot of crystallite. That was both sweet, and really sour at the same time. Whew. Alright, we gotta pick 20 words. Dance. Skirt. Entropy. Poof. Spinning. Heartbeat. Giggle. Headphones. Ribbon. Portrait. Party. Philosophy. What the heck does effugulant mean? Someone look up the definition, because I have never heard that word before. Effugulant. What? What does that mean? Shining brightly, radiant. I've never heard that word before, ever. So we'll go with that. Dazzle. This one's jump. Sorry is going a lot, apparently. Heart. Friends. Fireflies. Precious. Pink. Tenacious. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the classroom, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Alabaster. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Hehe. I'm still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you, at least. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why, that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. She turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the classroom. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. So that only leaves the one option. Ah, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Alabaster to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. Haha. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side to you. That's There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Teehee. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Pap. Kaya! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... A cookie! Sure enough, it was a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glanced around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution! Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just going to give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, it's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie till it crumbles. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. It's so good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Tee. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Hehehe. Mouth's full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the classroom. Ugh. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
Ali, you are an amazing streamer, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, Hobbits. And Shipbot, thank you. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry! I'm super sorry! There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances over at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Well, I don't really. I I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Alabaster. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Cat. Yeah, get out from under there. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. But you just to leave out Miss Sayori's mischievous escapade. Ha! Gotcha! Hi. Yes. Hello. Mwah. Yes. Nope. If you're going to be a mischievous kitty, you're gonna stay in my you're gonna stay in Mama's lap. Hi. I'm sure Natsuki would end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Alabaster! Alabaster! Not Alabaster. Kazuma! Kazuma! Not Kazuma. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna get some supplies from another classroom. Wanna come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival is coming up, right? Me and Monica, we're gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Meow! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Are you going with Alabaster to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Aw, but I wanted to go. So much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. Okay. Kitty. Swear to God. Oh. You're not making this easy. Come on. There you go. Oof. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Alabaster? Yep, let's go. We're out of the classroom. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, feels... Cat? No. Feels like I'm taking the kid to the mall or something. This is your own fault. You keep going behind me and I don't like it. Shush. Deal with it. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey Sayori. What exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're going to do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone is going to take turns on the stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds kind of dull. Alabaster, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems. It's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of the poem like, "Between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me." Serenity thinks that it is I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that! Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. I meant that it's pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. I guess so. I'm so excited! The festival is gonna be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hall again. Hey Alabaster, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself up in my room more and more. So going and venturing with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand, too! They're kind of dirty, though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't just get distracted, we're still looking for... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Yes. Mwah. You need to stop smoking, cat. You sound like you've been smoking Marlboros. No! No! Man, you're sassy today. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. I dropped one by accident. Smack. Oh, fine. Get out of here. I can't deal with you anymore. I got fuzzed. Smack. Kaya! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. I've got fuzz all over my face. Ow, 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 ow. You okay? My forehead. She clutches her forehead. Geez, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since she's sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hand, Sayori. But it hurts! Just do it for a second. That's an angle. She slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow! Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Alabaster. Where would I even find some ice around here this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayuri makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine.
Welding! Welding! I like welding!
What should I get? I should get the stream ending title card up. You're right, Alabaster. That's exactly what I should do. Overwrite save, yes. And it is time for us to quit for today. Okay. Did you guys enjoy it so far? Not exactly what I expected just yet, but it looked interesting. So far, it's been alright. I don't know. I guess we'll see what it turns out to be next week. And once we finish this game, since it is such a short game, I do want to finish it. And once we finish it, we will move on to the next game, which is going to be the Sexy Brutale. This weekend is going to be It Takes Two with Tiz again, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to it, Tiz? We gotta go to the Magic Castle. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, I've had a good day. I've had a good birthday. I'm 28 years old, and I don't know. I always like years that are yeah. Even numbers seem to do really well for me. I mean, well, that being the year 2020 was not, aside from getting married, it was not really good a year for me. But it wasn't really good year for anyone else either. And yeah, castles and cake, and I gotta go fix my castle. That was a lot of explosion that happened today on stream. That was not good. I didn't expect it, and I guess it got a good jump scare out of me, but not what I expected. Yeah, that creeper fucked me up. Like, I had a whole bunch of chests right there, and it completely broke them, and yikes. I hope it didn't destroy my Silk Touch. I had a Silk Touch pick, too. I really hope not. That would suck if that got destroyed. But anyways, we will continue with Doki Doki Literature Club on Thursday. Saturday will be It Takes Two, and then if we finish the game, we will be on to Sexy Brutale next week, and it'll be fun. I did not get my YouTube videos posted because I needed to take a break after work. But since I'm not really saving the highlights on Twitch anymore, I don't really have much of a incentive to do them that fast for YouTube anymore. But I will get that done tomorrow, most likely. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I definitely enjoyed playing the game. I hope you enjoyed the brief tour that I gave you of the Minecraft server that happened. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Sleep well, get good sleep, take on tomorrow, be great, and love you guys. Have a great night. Sleep well.